I thought for the final question, I would ask you, Jacob, I'll give you both 2 minutes each. You give me your best argument against the Book of Mormon being divinely inspired. I'm obviously asking you to take a position that isn't yours. And then you try to actually make it as if you believe it. Give me an argument for why the Book of Mormon is divinely inspired. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, well, so we'll start with you.
I think the best argument against the Book of Mormon is the atheist sort of argument that's against all of this, okay? The idea is we're talking about miracles happening in the 1800s. It's very easy to think about miracles happening a long time ago, but when they get closer to home, we start to get like, I don't think this could happen today. Back in the day, armies were swallowed by the sea in the Reed Sea, and the atheist presents a consistent position where they say, look, all of this is hocus pocus, and I think that is a position that I think remains consistent and actually makes the case against the Book of Mormon. So, but when you're not an atheist, and suddenly these things are in the realm of possibility, then suddenly they become possible. But I would say that the strongest arguments against the Book of Mormon come from an atheist worldview that sort of presupposes that all of this is hocus pocus anyway, though they struggle to deal with the evidences that I've presented today.
All right, Trent. We're going to clip this out and make you a Mormon on YouTube one day. Right? Give us the best argument for the Book of Mormon being divinely inspired.
You got to give me a little bit of hair dye and some blue eye contacts to really sell it then. Yeah, I would say that Jacob gave a very, probably one of the higher level defenses of the Book of Mormon. So I think that I think it probably gets maybe the silver medal of trying to say, well, the argument would go, if you believe in Christianity and we have better evidence for Mormonism, then you should believe in Mormonism, would essentially be the argument I think one is making. I think, though, probably the strongest argument that I think many people like, strong in the sense that it's very difficult to overcome, would be an argument from personal testimony. And I think the vast majority of Mormons would say that they are Mormon because they trust the witness of the Holy Spirit. They have a personal testimony, even if they can't explain everything in the faith and they can't overcome these objections. I know in my heart I've had an encounter with God, and I know that this is true. And I think that can be very difficult for someone to present to overcome with evidence, because especially if you are reliant on these sort of inner testimonies. And what I get really concerned about is if that inner testimony starts to fray and fracture. Jacob and I were talking about this last night. Many Mormons go straight from Mormonism to secularism or atheism without taking more of an evidential approach like Jacob has.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. Before you go, do us a favor, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of the video, like, and subscribe.